Guys, my name is Nonema Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Judge Rata and the type of a judge that he is. I know, we've said a lot about him, but we will never stop until the Senzo Meyiwa case is done. But today we talk about him in a different manner because, well, Judge Rata will always make us talk, okay? So in a trial, in a trial, in fact, just any trial, a judge has one job: manage the courtroom, manage the trial, manage the decorum. That is what a judge is there for. Do you understand? Make sure things are in order. Make sure when you get to a verdict, you understood things. Ask clarifying questions, this and that. Like there's a thin line between him, this judge, Judge Rata, him being the state prosecutor whilst being sitting in the judge's seat also. In high-profile cases like the Senzo Meyiwa trial, especially of this magnitude, the judge isn't just there to keep order. He manages interpretation. He decides what counts as clarity, what counts as contradiction, what counts as credibility, what counts as defiance. We saw this in the Jocelyn Smith case with Judge Ndim, guys. We saw all of this. So when Judge Rata is going to behave some type of way, we will always compare him with cases that we know that were run smoothly without the drama caused by a judge. Do you understand? Because everything that happens in that courtroom is his fault. Whenever there is something faulty, it's because of the judge. Other judges are able to control, restrain everything so that things go smoothly in order. They listen to understand. When they ask clarification questions, they are neutral, not taking sides, unlike in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. There, it is something else. And once the court accepts a particular interpretation of a witness's words, that interpretation becomes the lens. From that point forward, everything is filtered through it. If the lens says this witness understands English perfectly well, then every hesitation becomes suspicious. If the lens says this witness is evasive, then every clarification becomes manipulation. And that is where trials are won and lost, not always on evidence, but on framing. And that is why judge will be questionable when he does things in that magnitude of taking sides and doing things that show him as someone who is standing with the state. Now, in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, we had a boiling point. By the time the exchange unfolded between Ramsipule and Ubaloyi, who judge interfered in that? Because in that exchange, as it was unfolding, the temperature in that courtroom had changed. It was not loud. It wasn't chaotic. It was worse. It was worse. It was controlled tension, the kind where everyone knows the stakes have risen. The defense was protecting the record. The state was protecting its narrative. And Bongani Ntanzi was protecting his own words. Because the language in court is not casual. Language becomes evidence. If you mishear a witness, you misinterpret the evidence. And if you misinterpret the evidence, you begin constructing a case on unstable ground, which is exactly what Judge Rata did. Which is exactly what Judge Rata did there. And this was about language, not confusion. Let us all be clear. This was never about whether a witness was confused. It was about ownership of words. Ntanzi was fighting to ensure that what was recorded reflected what he meant, not what someone thought he meant. The defense was fighting to prevent a subtle shift in interpretation from becoming permanent. The state was resisting anything that weakened its structure. And at that point, at the center of all of it, sat Judge Rata Mofokeng. He was not detached from the situation. He did not watch it from a distance. He was positioned at the fulcrum of meaning, because he took matters to himself and said, "No, you said stepping, and I heard you, Ramsey, sir." And then when Uramsipule retorted and was like, I never said that. It did not come from me. It came from the roof. He became bitter. He became bitter, Judge Rata, and he is annoying with these things. And these moments matters in the courtroom because nothing had exploded at that time, but everything had crystallized. And we saw Judge Rata for who he is. We saw for who he is in that courtroom. Everyone in that courtroom understood it was no longer routine procedure. It was something else that I can't even explain. Because in a trial of this magnitude, once the court adopts a certain narrative framework, it is extraordinarily difficult to undo. A witness can clarify, a lawyer can object, but once the court's interpretation is fixed, it echoes because Judge Rata is hell-bent and also stands with the state side narrative. And here is the deeper danger. If a case is built on misinterpretation of language, then every technical correct verdict can feel structurally unsound, not because of the outcome, but because of the foundation. And now the real question is, the moment wasn't dramatic in a Hollywood sense, if you ask me. It was more powerful than that. It was quiet. It was a quiet way of Ramsipule saying, "Andizuyenza lo today. Andizuyenza lo today." It was an illegal warfare, quiet, but often most decisive move of all. Because Ramsipule, if he stood there and allowed these people to put words in his mouth and say he said something he did not do, what was going to happen to the record? Because once the meaning shifts, everything else is following. And once what you said is what you did not say is said, you said it becomes problematic. And in a case where credibility is oxygen, the smallest shift in a tone can change the who breathes heavier or easier than the other. It can. It has those possibilities. That's why this wasn't just another courtroom exchange. It was pressure point, and pressure points decide trials. And we have a problem with the judge. He is the problem in that courtroom. He's the problem with Judge Rata in that courtroom. That's where the entire situation is. Judge Rata is very problematic in that courtroom. I tell you. Anyway, that's what happened. And I was so happy when Uramsipule put even the judge in his place. It did not come from me. Perhaps it came from the roof. I was happy. I was happy. I appreciated that moment like nobody's business. I did. And Judge Rata is the problem. I don't know how we are going to deal with this because he's the one that must decide. But the way he twists things around to make sure the state narrative. And the other thing that is so frustrating is how he is quick to change things for the state. Not only that, he is so quick to make sure things land in a particular manner for the state. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts about Judge Rata? And when it comes to this, let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.